odds and I win it, I got it.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain.
Okay, guys, just dropped off. We done at Fremont. You know, they got the Morgan on because that who was in concert at Allegiant on Friday and Saturday, so all the country people out here. But you know what I noticed? Most of the country people are Spanish people. So I noticed that, you know, so I don't know. They the real country people. But yeah, we down here at Fremont and we're gonna see what it do. Because the app is bullshit. You hear me?
200 feet. Make a U-turn. Then at the light.
What the fuck? Why is that on there? Let me see. Did I turn that shit off? Did I drop them people off? Oh yeah, I didn't even do that. Hopefully they tip me good. Because boy. So now I'm down here. Yo, when I tell you this shit looking bad, but I have something called my no 0 days, 6 days a week. Like I said before, I'm trying to bridge. I'm literally trying to bridge for the next 3 months where it is that I can make, get my other stuff off the floors. So I'll be doing this consistently, and I'm actually doing what I would call that, damn, what's the word I'm looking for? Experiment on myself, where it is that I try to get my body. So I love learning and taking in information, and I'm trying to work on this experiment on myself, where it is that I learn 2 main ingredients in life, which is consistency and discipline. I'm trying to come out here no matter what, whether it's good or bad. I trying to build my body up to being used to coming out here 6 days a week, 1 day off for the next 3 months, so I could build my body to that and let my body get used to that consistency and discipline. It doesn't matter. I want to ultimate goal is to basically get my body to not go off of just motivation, to go off of just consistency and not motivation. Because motivation comes and goes. So if I want to win in life, it's like having a putt, right? And you cooking a putt, and you're cooking a putt, and you got a lot of different ingredients in that putt. But, you know, the main ingredients is salt and pepper. If you got salt and pepper, you can make anything taste good. Salt and pepper, you still got a good food. You still got some little bit of seasoning to ting, right? So the consistency, you can, if you don't have consistency and discipline, then you're not going to win at nothing you do. Because if you're waiting for motivation is not stable, it is not consistent. It goes away. Some days you might be motivated, some days you're not. Yo, I'm thinking I just saw fucking ting dong here. But anyway, TA dong here. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to build that up for myself. And I really don't want to be stuck on this hamster wheel. Because I noticed learning the American system that you could get yourself into a hamster wheel. Where America will have you working consistently. You working nonstop to just pay bills. And then by the time you retire, you're done in the hospital every minute. You can't even enjoy your retirement because you're old. What age in America most people retire by? 65? I don't know. But yeah, I don't want that for me. I don't want that for me at all. So I want to be able to learn how to make my body to become consistent and disciplined. And I want to get to a point, the ultimate goal for me personally, you know, I don't have no family really, just my son and my daughter. But I want to be able to, that it starts off with me where I could build a dynasty trust. I want to have a dynasty trust within ETFs. And basically, I want my ETFs to have so I'm doing dividend ETFs, and I want my ETFs to have $3 million. I want to build my ETFs up to $3 million. And yeah, I ain't got no money like that, so I gotta work my way. So we gonna see. At this age, my mindset just changed. Like 2.5 years ago is when my mindset, I guess I always had something, you know, as far as always having a goal and sticking to it. I know how to have a goal, stick to it, and it doesn't matter how long it might take me. Trust and believe I'm one of those people that will finish the goal, right? Because I've had goals that took me 4 or 5 years to complete. Like, a lot of people don't know. Okay, so when I was 27, I bought my first home at age 27. I didn't have my first child until I was 30. And when I bought my first home at 27, I didn't know anything about real estate at all. And they did me so dirty. This is the time when they was giving everybody houses. Something is up with down here. No cups on the sides and all of that. But they was giving everybody houses, and I didn't know shit about real estate at all. I gotta go look for a ride because something weird down here. I'm gonna have to, Lord, this shit is crazy. Yeah, so what they did was they was giving everybody homes at the time that didn't qualify for it. This is before the market crash in 2008. Right? Go on. They was giving out houses to people that didn't qualify for the loan. So they approved me $500,000, and I went and spent. What the fuck are you doing? And I went and spent the whole $500,000, $477,000 out of that $500,000. But here's the thing now, they split my loan. They didn't give me $500,000 from one bank only. Two banks took on, one did piece and the other one did piece. So one did piece and they had a 7% interest rate. And the other one 14%. Now that's high. That's like setting you up to fail. And at the time, that's what they was doing. They had the people, the little young, smart people, was betting against people to default on their loan. And that's how they was going to make money if they default on the loan. So, yeah. And that's how the market crashed in 2008. Now, I had to walk away from the house because I didn't know nothing about real estate at the time. The mortgage was so high. Then the market crashed. The house was less than $477,000. Now the house was like about $250,000 or so, like that. $250,000. And I couldn't even do a loan modification because at the time everybody house dropped. And everybody was trying to do the same thing. All of we trying to do the same thing at the same time. So the loan modifications was like backed up. You had to wait a while. So I walked away and had to restart all over again. And had to file a bankruptcy. Had to build myself back up from the ground up. I learned this time, they wasn't going to take it. I learned everything about real estate. I started researching, and then I was able to buy another property with a 10-25-hour job, okay? I got it from the mud. So not only, I was only working for 10-25 an hour, which is really low, okay? Really, really low. So I was doing app work, driving work too. So I was working after I work, sometimes 8, 10, 12 hours, I go work. I was working like 15, 16 hours. And then too, because it was gig work on top of the regular work that I had, that they took all the income. They did not take all the income for gig work. But regardless of what, I was able to buy myself another property with this time knowing a whole lot more about the system, real estate, and everything. So yeah, I got it out the mud. When I tell you I worked my ass off to get another roof over my head, I worked my ass off to clean up that shit and be able to buy again. And yeah, I did it. So when people tell you you can't have nothing, that's bullshit. You could be working a McDonald's job. Did you hear what I said? I was able to buy another property on a $10.25 an hour job. Okay? And even though I had gig work on top of that $10.25 hour, they didn't even take the whole thing. So let's say if I was making $1,000 in gig work, right, a week, they only took they only count like 500 or 400 of that. Yeah, that's what was happening. So they didn't count every bit of it. But the thing is, I accomplished the goal to be able to do it. So I'm really I feel like this is an experiment for me right now. From trying to get it from the mud,